Welcome to the David Tomczyk Show, fighting tyranny one day at a time. This is a tale of America. Once upon a time, there was a wealthy prince named Donald who wanted to be king over a land called America. There was one problem. America had no kings or queens or princes for hundreds of years. The government of America had only a lowly president who ruled with a Congress and a Supreme Court. What could he do? He pondered this problem day and night until a solution came to him. I will first run for the office of president, from where I will be able to unleash my plan. I will first need to raise up an army to help me with this contest. However, he wondered how he could raise up such an army. He needed a cause, a battle cry. Prince Donald knew that many conservative voters were frustrated. He realized he could use this frustration to build a coalition. If he could convince them his cause was just, his plan could work. On a cold and rainy night in the province of Mar-a-Lago, Prince Donald found the battle cry he needed. MAGA. We can make America great again. But even the prince questioned whether people would fall for such a simple ploy. Yet as a game show host and purveyor of conspiracy tales, he knew he could sell the idea to millions of unsuspecting voters. There should be plenty of right-wing conservatives and Christian nationalists in the land that would join such a righteous cause. It was simple. He would play on their patriotism and their hatred for those things he also found vile. He could easily find subjects that hated immigrants, gays, transgenders, and just about anybody else that wasn't like them. He realized there were millions of people who had prayed for such a man as he, a man that could rule with a fist of iron, forgoing the constitution of their land and ruling as if chosen by God. He would bring in other rich princes to help him rule. He would give them the task of dismantling the nation until there was no one in his way to rule with unbridled power. His plan worked. Millions joined the MAGA revolution. They wore hats and T-shirts and bought his autographed Bible. So on that fateful November day in the year 2024, Prince Donald of Trump became President Donald Trump of the land of America. He went right to work. He began signing executive order after executive order. He appointed a prince called Musk from South Africa to help him rule. The MAGA and the Christian nationalists applauded when Prince Musk was given authority to dismantle the federal government. He was cheered by the far right when he began firing evil government employees who he accused of stealing from the kingdom. Meanwhile, President Trump then decided to crown himself king. His followers defended his action. He then decided he would grow the kingdom by invading the nation states to the north and to the south, even as he eyed up other territories that he could conquer. He demanded foreign countries to give him their lands, so he and the other princes could extract all of its natural resources for their personal gain. He would eliminate all the laws that protected the environment from such people. He would authorize millions of pristine forest lands to be leveled and the lumber harvested. He would allow oil companies to drill on pristine lands without any regulations or environmental protection laws. He would stop the protection for average Americans from the wolves of Wall Street. He would thwart all legal action against banks who defrauded their customers. He would dismantle the education department and eliminate federal education requirements. Now the education of children will no longer have any consistent standards. As chaos raged across the land, Prince Musk began firing federal employees. He fired park rangers and air traffic controllers. He eliminated personnel from the Center for Disease Control and the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, leaving America less safe. For the first time in history, an American leader changed sides in a war. King Trump demanded the president of Ukraine surrender to Russia. King Trump then destroyed America's ties to its European allies, dismantling a U.S.-European partnership that lasted for 60 years. His MAGA supporters cheered. King Trump waged a tariff war, sending shock waves into the stock market. Prices on food and automobiles began to rise. Even so, his MAGA supporters cheered. His promises to lower prices were not honored. It didn't matter. His MAGA supporters cheered him on. And no matter how crazy, How dangerous or illegal his edicts were, his MAGA supporters cheered him on. The resistance began. The decisions made by King Trump and his court of gestures were not received with open arms by those in America who loved freedom, who loved liberty. They refused to follow the divine doctrine of MAGA. America became isolated from the world. Chaos and division grew. The world, once led by American values, now began to retreat from the now rogue country. But wait, this tale is not yet finished. The once prosperous land of America still has a chance to take its freedom back. It will take bold and fearless action. But who is there in the land that will make a stand against tyranny? Who will stand for freedom? Who will draw a line in the sand? That person could be you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. And again, I'll see you next time right here on The David Tomsic Show.